What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no
Hey, you guys. Welcome back. To Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics in our vlog, My Life. So today, we're going to get into a bunch of trending topics. But before we get into all of that, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Also, please leave comments. I love engaging with my naughty crew through the comments. You guys crack me up a lot of the times. I'm having some technical difficulties, but you know, that's StreamYard for you. Okay. But we got an array of topics. We got Rosie O'Donnell speaking out on behalf of Casey Anthony. Everyone is going crazy about her latest docuseries on Peacock. All right. Also, we got Cardi B going off on Casey Anthony. We got some good news in the topics today. We got Keke Palmer, who is pregnant, and Gabby Sibadua, you know, the young lady from Precious. We got her secretly getting married. One second, you guys. I'm just trying to figure something out here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's taking StreamYard. It's a little delayed today, but I'm going to drop this intro and then we're going to get into today's show. Here we go. I don't know. StreamYard is glitchy this morning, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki. And today, I'm bringing... Everything is starting and then not stopping. So, we just going to roll with the punches over here, okay? All right. So, let's jump into our trending topics today. Let's see. Let's see, who do I want to start with? Let's start off with the Casey Anthony situation. Okay, as you all know, she just released a docuseries on, on Peacock. And she's basically like just telling her side, and she's going through all the trauma that she went through during the trial. This woman, she comes across to me as feeling extremely guilty and failing to protect her child. So people have stuff to say about this. So actress Rosie O'Donnell spoke out. Shout out to On Site for dropping this information. Actress Rosie O'Donnell sparks controversy after defending Casey Anthony in TikTok video. So on July 15th of 2008, 3-year-old Kaylee Anthony was reported missing by her grandmother. The concerned woman told police that she hadn't seen her daughter for 31 days, her granddaughter, for 31 days, and that her mother, Casey Anthony, had given her various explanations about the child's whereabouts. So we all know the backstory behind what happened with Kaylee Anthony. Okay, I always thought the parents were covering up for something. I always felt like the wife was covering up for the husband, and I feel like the husband had a toxic personality, and to me, he was the reason behind Casey being such a liar. And she admitted she lied, you guys. She's not denying that she lied. And she stated in the docuseries, you know, amongst all those lies, there were sprinkles of the truth, okay? But nobody ever investigated or asked her why she was lying, okay? So, actress Rosie O'Donnell uploaded a 3-minute video to TikTok in response to the documentary, claiming that she believed the woman was known for being a child unaliver, let's just say, for YouTube's sake. Okay. It kind of made sense what she was saying, and I believe her. She admitted, everyone said she was a great mom. She was a great mom at one point in time, but she did bring up abuse allegations. And she said it came from her father and her brother. Now, she did admit that her brother never did anything. It was always her dad. But this docuseries was very revealing, you guys. So her lawyer that defended her at the time took her in, and she's been working with him on legal defenses ever since. So she's made something productive out of her life, but he broke it down in a docuseries of where the accident happened. Because remember, Casey woke up and Kaylee was missing. Then all of a sudden, her dad appears holding her limp body soaking wet, stating that it was an accident in the pool. And what Casey stated in the docuseries is she was afraid that her dad started doing to Kaylee what he did to her. And they showed a lot of footage. Like from the funeral, her dad sounded like a straight pedo. He was describing Kaylee like, I'm gonna miss the smell of her sweat. I'm gonna miss her hair, her big brown eyes. It sounded like he was seduced the way he was talking about it. Okay. I always found it to be some truth to that story, and I wonder why. Well, I feel like because she was convicted and probably the most hated woman in America, okay, they never bothered to investigate the allegations against her father. So 5 days later, O'Donnell received comments from almost 22,000 people, the majority of which were in disagreement with her support of the notorious mother. Many tried to convince her by stating the evidence that caused the majority of those who followed the case to believe that Casey Anthony was Kaylee's unaliver. Being convicted of lying to authorities, her calling the police when someone threw a drink at her at a bar, but not when her child had gone missing, and videos of her seen clubbing while her daughter was still unaccounted for. She did say the reason why she stayed away for that 31 days is because it was under her father's instruction. So I wanted to present this to my naughty crew. Here is the TikTok.
And I'm thinking about Casey Anthony. I watched that whole documentary, and I believe her father did it. I do. Now, when I started watching that documentary, I thought there's no way in hell that this girl is innocent. And I changed my mind. Listen, it kind of made sense to me what she was saying, and I believed her. And everyone said she was a great mom. I don't know. I know this is going to be a controversial opinion because I went on, when I first was started watching it, I made a TikTok last night and I was like, so I'm in my car and I'm thinking about Casey Anthony. No, come on, who's she kidding? And everybody was agreeing with me saying, yeah, she's guilty. I would never watch that. She's making money on that. But what an amazing, amazing documentary. Truly one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. It was riveting. And I think it might change people's opinions. If you can go in with an open mind, because believe me, the way they structured the documentary, you're having questions. So you're going 30 days, 31 days, a 2-year-old baby. Come on. But a 2-year-old baby, and if the father was as mental as he seems to be, and as abusive as he was to the whole family, I don't know. I don't know. No, come on. Who's she kidding? And everybody was agreeing with me, saying, yeah, she's guilty.
I felt the same way when I looked at the docuseries. Like, it made sense to me. It made sense. Like, this man is such a narcissist that he was willing to sacrifice his own daughter. He was willing to send her to jail. And he was the most cooperative witness in the case. He was on the prosecutor's side. So in plain sight, he tried to present himself like he was supportive of Casey. And behind the scenes, he was really sabotaging her to cover up for his mishaps and all of this. Because he is an ex-law enforcement. Why didn't you call 911? Why wasn't there an ambulance call in that moment? Because he was trying to cover up. And Casey's Anthony lawyer, who is her now like boss, she basically had to make her own family, basically, because she had to denounce her family because they lied on her so bad. And you have to look at a person's pathology. Like, what made this girl such a liar? People don't just become liars, okay? And a lot of psychologists testified in the docuseries, you know, a lot of times the direct effect of past trauma is people become pathological liars to cover up the pain. And this is what Casey Anthony did. Okay. And she felt guilty. She felt so guilty. And you felt her pain. Okay. And here at Naughty Love Movement, we like to give both sides. Now, Cardi B started voicing her opinion. Okay. Let me find this for you. And she said she basically called Casey Anthony a bad mom. Okay. So I want to look at both sides, because why wasn't this man ever investigated? Why wasn't someone caught in this case? Okay, Casey Anthony was cleared, obviously. They didn't have enough evidence to convict her. All right, sorry. Just trying to get this up here. Normally Cardi be right there on my feed. Here it is. Sorry. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for dropping this footage. So Cardi B reacts to Casey Anthony docuseries. She is disgraced of a mother and shouldn't have a uterus. You know, she's going to go to the extreme. So Cardi took to Twitter. She says, I don't give a damn how they flip it, switch it, turn it, toss it. Casey Anthony is a disgrace of a mother and she shouldn't have a uterus. I don't feel bad for her or for the daddy. Y'all know what happened to that baby. And Pearl Love says, she responded, she said, I hope you watch the whole story correctly and make up your own opinion. The dad was a pedo who, in my opinion, set Casey up to cover his pedo acts. And just like he abused Casey, I believe he abused Kaylee and accidentally unalived her. So he pretended she drowned. Exactly. And this is the point that Casey's lawyer said. That was the cover up right there, because Casey's dad used to smother her when she would resist him, you know, being violating her. He would smother her to make her pass out. And that's where they believe the accident came in. And he dipped her in the pool to cover it up, because they always said It was no way she could have got into the pool. There wasn't a ladder. It wasn't a ladder. So I wanted to present this to my Knotty crew. Drop down into my comments. Cardi, I really think you need to watch this docuseries to form your opinion. There's a lot of holes. There's a lot of cover up. And Casey Anthony is not the only liar. And her mom is a procurer for a pedo. And I think she knows what happened. And that's why they denounced Casey so much. But I couldn't imagine doing this to my own child. I could not imagine. All right. Up next on the roster, okay, because we got tons going on. Congratulations are in order for Keke Palmer. She was just host of Saturday Night Live this past weekend, and she announced that she is with child. And I'm so happy for her. Congratulations. I hope she gets married. Okay, this is her bae. All right, they look so cute. Here's her announcement.
Saying Kiki's having a baby. Kiki's pregnant. And I want to set the record straight. I am. People have been in my comments saying Kiki's having a baby. Kiki's pregnant. And I want to set the record straight.
So I think this is really dope. I'm really happy for my melanated sister. She out here doing big, big things. Okay, she's got a new network, I believe she launched. You know, Keke Palmer is well-rounded, and she's been in the game since she was a youth. Okay, a youth. So I'm really proud of her. I'm really proud of her. You don't hear much about her personal relationship at all. So I feel like they're solid. So Major Girl says happy for them. Hip Tarot says I love it in her. May their cup overflow with joy, happiness, and abundance. Exactly. I'm excited for her. I'm excited for her. So hopefully they can solidify the deal and seal it with marriage. I'm just excited about that for her. Okay. So, update in Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case. As you all know, the trial has begun. Now, let my Knotty crew know that we're going to be following it. So, Nancy Dillon posted on Twitter, Tory's lawyer told the judge that Kylie Jenner and Corey Gamble are on his list of possible defense witnesses because they were present at Kylie's pool party before the July 2020 propellant. The argument, everything started there. So Tory has been released from house arrest so that he can attend the trial naturally. Okay, let's not forget all the antics he was pulling to get on house arrest. Okay, just have several seats, Tory. And I believe Megan went live. Hold on, let's get into it.
Live? We're going live. We had to come kill the streets for 5 minutes. So what? Okay. Troy, don't get my phone wet.
So apparently this is the live that happened at Kylie's party. Okay. You see everybody is jumping in. Let's jump into these comments. So what if everything went down at Kylie's house? That's a possibility. But what do you guys think, Knotty Crew? Do you think the judge is going to entertain this? I mean, I think he wants direct witnesses that was right there for the incident. I mean, the argument before at the house, what difference is it going to make? I'm looking forward to the trial so that we can get the facts, you guys. So, hi. B. Me Doll says, you can tell Meg wasn't really feeling Kylie either. I just think this is a case of too much alcohol, drugs went wrong, and I think somebody's ego was bruised because they were rejected. Let me know what y'all think. I'm just looking forward to the trial. I really am. Okay, so up next, I want to get into the polygamous cult leader that was caught, okay? Woo! The world is losing its mind. So polygamous, shout out to On-Site, polygamous cult leader accused of having over 20 wives, including one as young as 9 years old, okay? They still haven't broken into the sector. It's still going on. All right. So on Friday, December 2nd, an affidavit filed by FBI accused Samuel Rapidly Bateman of incest, group SEX acts involving adults and children, and child SEX trafficking. Okay. So in 2018, the polygamous leader began claiming that he was a prophet. Same model. They always do it. I'm telling you, y'all, brainwashing in America is an epidemic. People use religion to do mind control. Trust me. That's why so many cults in America. So a well-known figure in a fundamentalist Mormon community, the 46-year-old amassed over 50 followers in September. 2 of Bateman's Colorado homes were raided by the FBI. According to New York Post, authorities soon learned from interviewing his family members that Bateman and over 20 wives, the majority of which were under the age of 15. It was revealed that he was contemplating marrying one of his own teenage daughters. Sick. While investigating further, the FBI discovered audio recordings of Bateman speaking with other men. In the conversation, he's heard claiming that the Heavenly Father had instructed him to give the most precious thing he has, his girl's virtue, to 3 of his male followers. He then watched as 3 men forced themselves onto his daughters, one being only 12 years of age. God would fix their bodies and put the membrane back in their body. He's quoted. That's what he announced. I've never had more confidence in doing his will. It's all out of love. This sounds like Warren's Jeff. Keep sweet. Keep sweet, my love. Though he hasn't been charged with SA as of yet, authorities have stated that the official charges are to be expected shortly. U.S. Magistrate Judge Camille Bibles has ordered the continuation of Bateman being held in police custody in the meantime and has stressed the importance of his victims' safety. Courts have a tremendous interest in protecting people who can't protect themselves, she said. So I wanted to bring this to my Naughty crew. I will try to follow this story for you, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought about this. I just think it is sad how this culture was able to develop in America. It's sickening. It is sickening. I'm going to drop the link just in case anybody wants to come up. Let me know what y'all think about this. I think he's where he needs to be, and I'm glad the judge decided to keep him in custody to protect the victims. Because it's sad, because that community is so brainwashed. Like, the parents aren't protecting the children. As you can see, they handed them over. He letting the elders run trains on his daughters. This is just sick. This is just sick. He looks like a creep. Look at his big old head. His head looks deformed. And there's a lot of incestuous acts that go on within the polygamous community. I mean, cousins marry cousins, all type of stuff. It's just horrible. It is just horrible. So Herschel Walker is out here in these streets acting a whole fool, you guys. Okay. I don't know who idea was it for him to run, but this is the
street, and our streets is our great military. But now they're bringing pronouns into our military. They're bringing wokeness into our military. I don't even know what the heck is a pronoun. I can tell you that, and I'm sick and tired of this pronoun stuff. What I want our military men and women to do is to be at war fighting. I told you early on that they...
I'm not in a joking mood tonight. My people in trouble. I'm not in a joking mood tonight.
I told you early on.
So this person, he loves to say the most ignorant things out his mouth. I don't even understand. See, like, America's culture is just promoting this rhetoric, and I'm over it. Alicia Choi says the way he talks is such a combination of Uncle Ruckus and Bubba Gump. Mm-hmm. And this person says this is why the Caucasian people want him in, because he speaks their language. It's some melanated people supporting him. Believe that. And that's the problem, the divide right there. And I believe Obama was trolling him. Let me see if I can find it real quick for y'all. Obama was trolling him and making fun of him. And I was like, that's right, Obama, get him. Let me see. I'll be saving so much, guys. My mouse is just like, it keeps sticking. All right, I can't find it just right now, but if I could get to it before the show is over, I'll pull it up. It's buried too deep. All right. So anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Let me check the comments. Make sure y'all hitting that like, subscribe, and that bell button so you can be notified when I update content to my channel. All right. Congrats are up for Gabori Sidibe. She revealed she quietly married her fiance, Brandon Franklin, last year and explained why she hates weddings. It's too much. This story stuck out to me because I kind of had the same sentiment. When I got married, I never had the desire to have a huge wedding. So what I did is I went to the courthouse and I had a big old barbecue, okay? And people loved it, all right? Because they didn't have to go to all these extremes to get dressed up and everything. And we just ended up having fun ultimately. So congratulations to Gabori Sibi. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for releasing this. So she became engaged to her husband in November of 2020 and started off by explaining why she dislikes weddings. The thing about weddings is I don't like them. I don't like them. Here's an example of how much I don't like them. I'm actually married. We got married over a year ago. So I am here for it, you guys. I don't like all the details that you have to keep up with. It's a whole bunch of stress for no reason. And I feel like all of that takes away from the foundation of what we're here for, is to join a union and celebrate union. So I just wanted to share this with my Knotty crew. Congratulations, Gabori. I'm so happy for my melanated sister. I wish y'all many years of happiness. Okay. This thing is acting stupid with my mouse. So yeah, fun fact for today, you guys. Well, not fun fact, but this is some education for my Knotty crew. Here we go.
They made black people pay to get tips, and they used us for free labor after emancipation. Man, y'all gonna need to take y'all J out for this one.
But restaurants and rail operators like the Pullman Company embraced tipping because it allowed them, among other things, to hire recently freed slaves without having to pay them.
The idea stuck because at emancipation, the restaurant lobby wanted the right to hire newly freed slaves and not pay them anything and have them live entirely on tips. And so tipping remained as a replacement for wages rather than an extra or bonus as it had always been. So it's really important to understand that tipping didn't originate with slavery, but slavery in the US mutated the notion of tipping from being an extra or bonus on top of the wage to becoming a replacement for wages.
The restaurant industry, in retaliation, restaurants began hiring more women.
Truly, the entrance of women and Black people into the industry reduced the wage down to zero. And you saw many instances in Jim Crow after emancipation where Black people were actually charged to work as shoe shiners for tips or as waiters for tips. So charged for the privilege of getting tips from white customers.
This is why when I lived in Japan, they hated tips. They said it was disrespectful. I guess that's why. Did y'all know that they made Black people pay to get?
So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was an interesting fact about our Black history that I wanted to share with my Knotty crew about the tipping system and where it originated from. And it originated to suppress our people even further so they wouldn't have to pay them. Shout out to Hollywood Unlocked for dropping this. I appreciate Jason Lee for putting this information out there. Let's see what some of the comments say. So this person says, everything in this country was a scheme to get over and further push an agenda surrounding slaves and slavery. Facts. So this person's perspective is, regardless of the history, servers today depend on their tips to make a living. I take pride in being a blessing to it being a blessing to others. Do the right thing. Of course, do the right thing. I mean, we know that anybody who's in like the restaurant industry, the majority of their money is based off of tips, okay? But look at the wage that goes behind it. Sometimes they pay like $3 an hour. What you gonna do with that? Let's just say your tips are bad one week. But I just wanted to give this history fact. I thought it was dope. So condolences are in order. Actress Kirstie Alley has lost her battle with cancer. And we didn't even know she was suffering. But I love the body of work she put out there. I mean, she originated from Cheers. She is best known for those light, I think her eyes were like, they were something special. But they were mesmerizing. Okay. And then she also played in Look Who's Talking? It was one movie she did with Travolta where she was a single mother and he stepped in to help raise the child. And it ended up, they had multiple movies. It was a whole series, but it was a comedy. But I appreciate the body of art that she has left And I appreciated her as an actress. You know, I always thought she was funny. So I was so sad to hear this news. It was so sad. Okay. Ooh. So shout out to Michelle Obama. The Shade Room dropped its footage. She recently revealed how she avoided wearing braids in the White House because she was afraid of how they would receive it. So shout out to the Shade Room. They said, okay, our forever first lady said, oh, y'all want goddess braids? I am a goddess, okay? I love her too. I love what she stands for. She's so gorgeous.
Do you show up with your natural hair?
There we go.
As Black women, we deal with it. The whole thing about, do you show up with your natural hair? You know, braids, y'all. You know, but you know, as First Lady, I did not wear braids. The first Black. Yeah. I just, we gotta ease up on the people. You know, it's just like, because I thought about it. I was like, it would be easier.
But it's true what she's saying. Like, especially in corporate America, they try to critique you or marginalize you based on your hairstyles and stuff like that, because some of them may be too ethnic, okay? But it is an ongoing battle in the workplace when it comes to our particular look. So I understand her hesitation. You see it all the time. People trying to cover up tattoos, but especially with our people. Because I know people that work for Disneyland in Florida, they have a whole model. They do not want you wearing your natural hair. They want your hair to be straight and pressed out. I know people that have worked for them and they had to quit because, like, you're not going to make me change my look. Some of the comments says, oh, I love this lady so much. Another person says she always looks great. She does. For the culture, class, for sure. So I thought this was kind of dope. That she was able to walk in her truth. Okay. Oh, so up next, I think Escape has a bonus member, all right? She get it from her mama, little Aris. Okay, she is so cute.
Hey ladies, can I come through here? Yeah. And I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Oh, yes, my brother.
Rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Yes, baby.
This young lady is just very, very talented, and that's because she has her mama and her daddy pour into her and supporting her. And I thought this was a beautiful, beautiful moment on Aris's part. Let's see what some of the comments are saying. Yeah, they're saying little Aris Harris is a superstar. Hello. Superstar in the making. And for her to be getting this firsthand experience on tour from her aunties, let's just call them that, I just think is wonderful. This is how we need to support our young. This is how we need to cultivate them to be something great. So I thought this was a beautiful moment, and I wanted to share it with my Knotty crew. So Eddie Murphy and Nia Long and Lauren London have a new movie coming out on Netflix. I might renew my subscription just so I can see this, because this is an ensemble cast. Shout out to the Shade Room. So Eddie Murphy, Nia Long, Jonah Hill, and Lauren London had an all-star cast for Kenya Barris in the latest comedy feature, You People, hitting Netflix January 27th. So maybe I'll renew my script and do a recap on it for United Crew. But I like the when I'm looking for movies to watch, I always look at the cast, the ensemble that they put together. And that's how I pick out what I like to watch. So I'm excited for this. So I wanted to give my Naughty Crew heads up. Okay, so looks like Jay-Z is on another business venture. He has joined a group of investors looking to open a casino in Times Square. This should be interesting because Times Square is packed already, okay? So the Brooklyn-bred billionaire has joined forces with SL Green and Caesar Entertainment in a bid to erect a swanky boutique-style casino at 1515 Broadway office tower, which is already owned by SL Green, NYC largest commercial landlord. As part of a partnership, Jay-Z and his team will oversee entertainment programming at 1515 Broadway, as well as SL Green's 6 other properties in Times Square. So it looks like he's going to be in charge of the entertainment portion, which makes sense. So I'll keep my eye on this Naughty Crew to see what happens. I'm interested in to see. I guess he said I might as well become a bigger billionaire. Okay. Thought that was dope. So the Chrisleys, all right, as you all know, they were just convicted of like tax fraud and tax evasion. I think he was sentenced to like 12 years, and I think hers was like 7 years. But they have 2 young children. All right. But I always wondered, the youngest grandchild, where was the mama? Where was the daddy? It's like they kept that from us. So Todd and Julie Chrisley adopted daughter, mother wants custody after the reality star was sentenced to prison for bank fraud and tax evasion. And she's stating that she was pushed out of the life. Now, I have a live from her. Hold on. And after this, we're going to get into Kanye. Here we go. Shout out to TMZ for dropping this footage.
I want her home. She deserves to be home. I've held back for so long to try to patiently do it. And I don't think it's right for them to just pretend that I don't exist and just say, oh, we're just going to let Savannah get her. It don't make sense. Yeah, that's not true because I didn't even commit Medicaid fraud. And I even had proof that I didn't commit Medicaid fraud, and I never claimed Chloe when I could not claim Chloe. Never did. That was just for them to make me look bad because I never, literally, my record was clean. Nothing on my record. For 26, 27 years, I never had anything on my record until somebody said, oh, well, she committed Medicaid fraud. No, I did not. I mean, as far as Savannah goes with Chloe, I don't think it's right because at the end of the day, my thing is I'm her biological mom. I was cut out of her life. I didn't walk away from her. I was pushed out of her life, and they wanted me to forget about Chloe, and they wanted Chloe to forget about me like I don't exist. So the reason why I feel like Chloe should be home is, I mean, she has family back home. My whole side of the family, she probably won't even remember because she's been away for 6 years almost. That's not right for her to be, first of all, a child should be with their mother, first of all. Especially if the mom hadn't did anything for that kid to be taken, she shouldn't have been taken away from me anyway. But for them to continue to keep her away from me, that's not right. I don't understand why I had to do joint custody with Todd and Julie in the first place, because it's not like that I would just keep them away from Chloe. They figured that when we did joint custody, then, oh, that's their way to see Chloe. I wouldn't have never kept Chloe away from her other side. If they wanted to see her, they could see her. But for us to go from joint custody to them just taking her all the way, that's just too far. Like, I would never want that to happen to any mom that's doing right by her kid. I want her with me. But if Kyle's doing right, if Kyle's living his life right, I mean, I can't say nothing. I mean, I haven't even spoken to Kyle, so I don't know how Kyle's living. I don't have no social media. I have no idea, but I want her with me. Just like my other two kids are. They're with me. I want her home.
Well, Naughty Crew, you know what I have to say about that?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
None of my memes are working today.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Something's going on with this connection, but it is suspicious. And when I used to watch the show, I always wondered, like, where were her parents? He didn't even speak much of his son. He didn't even speak much of the mother. Like, why were they so insistent on taking this child away from her natural mom? It's just ridiculous. And I wanted to present it to my Naughty Crew to see what you guys thought. I think this family has a whole lot of secrets. Now, his oldest daughter, she went on Dr. Phil and spoke out about how manipulative he is. And come to find out, his gay lover is the one that turned him into the FBI because he was a lover scorned. And the house of cards came falling down, okay? That's why you got to be careful keeping secrets. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for dropping this footage. So let's get into Boosie real quick. Now, Gabrielle Union has recently spoke out regarding Boosie's comments regarding their transgender child. So let's get into it.
So far, so good, you know. Sorry, Boosie. He's so preoccupied.
Yeah, he is. Very
It's
much
almost
so.
like thou dost protest too much, little booze.
I'm gonna look.
You got a lot of dick on your mind.
I mean, it's
Throw
like
that out there.
It's like Zaya and Lil Nas X living his head.
For free, rent free.
Like what?
It's like, sir. Something you want to just go ahead and tell us. This is a safe space.
No, for real.
We should be your sanctuary.
Perhaps that safe space was not provided for him. And
I don't
that's
think
why
he had a safe
He
space.
did not have one. We could definitely tell.
That's why I love.
So that's her perspective. And so Boosie responds on Twitter and says, LOL, the whole world know I love women and the world know your husband love D. Okay. Hope you don't think blacks look at y'all like a power couple. They don't. I have refused to talk about y'all in interviews. And here you go. Go bang him with that Dido and wait on the script. You little... I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that. All right. Boosie always has something to say. He's always very controversial. And I want
her home.
Present it to my Naughty Crew to see what y'all thought about this. I mean, I think Boosie need to keep his opinion to himself. You don't necessarily have to agree with it, but you don't have to put that negativity out there. So I mean, Gabrielle Union, she can handle herself. She's a natural asshole. She really is. She really is. All right. Meantime, guys, Ashanti out here living her best life. Okay. Ever since she's been outspoken, she been out in these streets, standing up to Irv and all his rhetoric, exposing producers. Okay. Trying to blackmail her. into giving them sex for music. Like, she's been vocal, and I'm loving her speaking her truth. But the other day, she killed the national anthem, okay?
Bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star spangled wave for the land of the free in the home of the brave.
So she killed it, okay? She been on press tour. She's doing her thing. She out here performing with Nelly, all right? Because Ashanti, she's never been like a problematic person. Yeah, her and Nelly out here in these streets, okay? Looking good. They hit the stage together last night. Sexy, okay? The chemistry is there. I wonder what this really means, you guys, because this is not the first performance they had. Shout out to the Shade Room for dropping this footage, okay? But I'm glad my sister is winning. I am. I'm glad my sister winning. I'm glad she out in these streets tearing it up. Yes, Perfection Feds, thank you for joining. I always loved Ashanti too. I mean, she's class act, all right? Say what you want about her. Her vocals are stronger than ever now. And she's doing big things. She's got book out. She's working on movies and things like that. And her music is still popping, all right? I can't wait for some new music. I hope this is the ramp up to that, all right? So Knotty Crew, all right? So I'm going to try to give y'all a lunchtime rundown today. I'm going to try, because there's many, many more topics that I want to get into, but work has been hectic, you guys. I work in pharmaceutical, and this time of the year for us is crazy with all the insurance changes and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to pace myself and not spread myself so thin. So some of the topics we got into today, we discussed Rosie O'Donnell defending Casey Anthony, and then we got into Cardi B jumping out Casey Anthony's throat, calling her a horrible mother. I really think there's some truth to Casey Anthony and what she's saying, and I really think her father needs to be investigated. I think he had everything to do with what happened to Kaylee. And like, what happened to justice for Kaylee? It just got swept under the rug, and her parents were able to go around on a press tour and make money off of this. And I believe the mom knew everything that went down. Every day. Everything. We got into Keke Palmer announcement of her pregnancy. We are so happy for you, Keke. From Knotty Crew, we wish you all the best. I gave you an update on the Tory Lanez. He's off of house arrest. Okay, he's claiming he's going to call Kylie Jenner and Chris's boyfriend, whatever his name is, her beard. Okay. Corey Gamble, that's his name. Yeah, they trying to call them as witnesses. We got into the polygamous cult leader, okay, who had 20 wives, all underage, who he was soliciting his daughters to the other elders in the polygamy group. He had created a following stating that he was, what do you call it, the anointed one, the chosen one, basically. Cult is a cult. And we got into Herschel Walker ignorant statements, okay, out here in these streets. And I got into some fun facts, Black history facts about the history of tips and slavery, all right? And then we got into Chris Lee's granddaughter's mom is speaking out and she's saying she want her baby back. Okay. So these are the comments that we went through today, you guys. I have to jump off and get ready to go to work. None of my memes were working. I think it's StreamYard connection because I had some new ones for you guys.
Listen, mom, just box down your blood clot and kick you down. No one step in your belly. Where you want to say a blood clot then? Because you go like afraid of you. Yes. Or frightened for bumbo. Listen, mom, just box down your blood.
They're not working today. Hopefully the connection is better later. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you can be notified when I update content to my channel. Shout out to all my new subs. We're 50 away from 1,000 subs, so let's keep up the good work. Please share my content on your different social media platforms. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. 1. I give up. I digress. Have a good day, everybody.